Hello, and very happy to see you on my channel. This video, we update you for a piece of breaking news. Stubborn Meghan does not deserve the royal family right from the start. Today, according to Daily Mail, a royal author has claimed that Prince Charles saw problems ahead when Meghan Markle joined the royal family, despite being a fan of her headstrong personality. According to Nigel Cawthorne, author of Prince Andrew, Epstein, and the Palace, the Prince of Wales was worried as there's only room for one queen. Additionally, the royal was supportedly concerned about the Sussex's rise in popularity and was keen to keep the monarchy small in size. What? Meghan isn't a strong woman? She's a deluded one. She thought she could get the entire royal family doing what she wanted and she would be the most popular and adored member. When that didn't happen, she wanted out, but still have the title to cash in and be popular as a celebrity. None of these things have happened, and everyone can see she is an unkind person who thinks nothing of dropping family or friends that are no use to her. The Queen, like everyone, thought Meghan was going to be an asset to the royal family, but soon realized what sort of person she really is. Speaking of fabulous, the royal author said of Charles, "I think he likes strong women, but in the firm there is only one room for queen." Comparing their popularity to that of Andrew and Fergie when they met, he added, "I think he foresaw considerable problems ahead for the firm. For the sake of the firm, he will feel this outcome is better that the monarchy is small in size rather than a constellation of stars in separate orbits." However, I think the Queen already knew by the wedding day that Meghan Markle wasn't going to work out based on her facial expressions during the marriage ceremony. Family Royal. I am having a hard time trying to remember when she ever had rising popularity, too. And I don't think that Tungsten is a fond name for her or anyone else. That sounds like code talk for a word that starts with a B and ends in an itch. I fully believe that Meghan Markle has outrageous delusions of grandeur and gives herself way too much credit for her limited abilities and talents, whatever they might be. And was of the opinion that all she had to do was marry Harry to become the new adored and beloved Diana. It was a given in her deluded, shallow mind that the public would see just how bright, brilliant, fabulous, and fantastic she is. I also believe that Harry was shell-shocked that she wasn't embraced by the British public because it didn't take much more than a month for him to start showing up with that shocked, disturbed look in his eyes. Besides that, I full well believe that Meghan Markle has such an outrageously overinflated, high opinion of herself that she completely thought she could change the British royal family to suit herself and make up her own rules to exist within its confines. Pretty funny that she never hung around long enough to be invited to attend a big state banquet at Buckingham Palace, where she could have worn a tiara like Kate. She can't ever blab about or write about that experience or make money off it. Back to this report. Palace insiders reported that a close relationship developed between Charles and Meghan after he walked her down the aisle in 2018, with the two sharing an interest in art, culture, and history. Prince Charles is reportedly a fan of Meghan Markle, and a source told the Mail on Sunday previously that he gave the Duchess of Sussex the royal nickname Tungsten. According to the insider, the name was given because she is tough and unbending, just like the very strong metal, and the affectionate name stuck. The insider said at the time, Prince Charles admires Meghan for her strength and the backbone she gives Harry, who needs a tungsten-type figure in his life as he can be a bit of a softie. It's become a term of endearment. The reports come after Lady Colin Campbell claimed the Queen welcomed Meghan into the royal fold due to her mixed-race heritage. But as my previous video analyzed, Meghan was hated not because of her skin color, but because of her attitude. This report reinforces my point of view. But, on the other hand, royal expert Angel Levin thinks that Meghan is not as strong as the report above. Miss Levin said, "She's arrogant and manipulative. She's so weak she can't take criticism in any way, shape, or form. She's so weak she ran away to hide and lick her wounds and plot revenge. She's so weak she uses her baby to sue a photographer rather than seek honest work. She's so weak she uses her heritage to try and make herself a sympathetic victim. She's not tungsten, rather more like lava, a hot mess that leaves destruction in its path." Miss Levin added, "She's nothing like the Queen. With her track record, a blind man could see problems. She had none of the credentials required to be a royal. The job requires etiquette, charm, elegance, an understanding of tradition, and the ability to beings appear impartial. I hope Harry is happy with his choice, as I'm sure his family is not. Sadly, she is a narcissist who has systematically destroyed his bonds with the firm." Meanwhile, a viewer also shares an opinion about Meghan. She said, "I believe Meghan Markle isn't a strong woman. She's only an alpha in the narcissistic league. Narcissists aren't team players at all, so she was never going to be dutiful, supportive of the greater good. Narcissists have zero empathy and compassion and are very destructive. It's all ego and self-interest and image. She spent the minimum time she needed in the British royal family, grabbed titles, and had a kid, but will ride the gravy train for as long as possible. She's a great opportunist." A fan agrees and said, "She might be headstrong, but this is not the same as being strong. She behaves like a child who wants her own way the whole time. As Harry said, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. No need for Prince Charles to worry about the possibility of a rise in their popularity as it's sunk to an all-time low, with absolutely no chance of people changing their minds. The damage has been done and is now irreversible." But a fan mocked. Harry jiggled a restless Archie on his knee. The sun beat down relentlessly on his fair and sunburned skin. Harry wondered again what the fascination was with California. Last night he had locked himself in the ensuite bathroom and looked at photos of his old life on his phone. The image of him astride his favorite polo pony had been the one that had been brought him to tears. How he missed his old life, his father, his grandparents, his brother and niece, and nephews. Meghan spent almost all her time doing yoga and surfing real estate listings with her mother. He began to wonder if he was being used. Since they are essentially pretending they are royals in America by continuing to undertake publicized charity engagements and such, it is now clear that the reasons for leaving boiled down to vanity and jealousy, not privacy or wanting a different sort of life. She couldn't stand being restricted and told what to do, and she couldn't stand being in a forever lost competition with William and Kate. Meanwhile, the next wrote, "I don't think Meghan is strong at all. She hangs on to people that will support her. The second they don't, she drops them and moves on to the next. Doesn't sound like a confident person, just a manipulative one. Plus, it depends on how you define strong. Camilla, Sophie, Catherine for weathering various storms, getting things wrong, but not winging it, but getting on with it. Or Meg blasting in, going to do so much, and running off at the first opportunity. Wanting fame and fortune, but not the duty." Another fan also surprised, "Strong woman? I wouldn't compare the Queen with her background, her life, and her enormous responsibility with an American showgirl whose only goal was to climb up the social ladder. I'm betting that Harry is internally against the release of Meghan's book. I doubt that he had much editorial power, and I think he knows that it will be a final, backhanded insult to his family, especially hurtful to his aging grandparents. It goes against everything he was raised to be. Very sad." But a fan blamed Harry. She said, "Harry is the biggest disgrace, and he is the problem because he should know better, and it is his family, country, people, and military that have been disrespected. Me, again, is just the devil that he is allowed to take the stage." Her body language screams a very, very insecure woman. That insecurity has to be dealt with somehow. She doesn't drink, drug too much, doesn't keep to herself, or tries to be accommodated, to be liked instead, and she seeks attention and control and resents and blames everyone else. Utterly useless, Harry enables her. And the last one wrote, "Prince Charles' first clue should have been the isolation of her own flesh and blood from ever meeting the royal family. His second clue should have been the only family member at the wedding was her mother. The third clue should have been her impatience with Charlotte. His fourth clue, his son's outburst, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. So many red flags from the engagement interview on. Seems Prince Charles simply turned away and muttered under his breath, 'She is Harry's problem now,' while he continues to pay them for the silence that will never be. Charles is going to be paying for a long time, or Meghan will be vomiting secrets nonstop. For me, have a stories, Harry walked listlessly around the rented pool. He was so tired of the relentless sun and every day having the exact same weather as the day before. Harry glanced over at his wife and mother-in-law doing yoga together on the terrace. They barely spoke to him now and spent their days doing yoga and looking at Malibu houses for sales online. Meghan had said that the blasted virus had set back her plans, but Harry didn't fully know exactly what her plans were. She seemed fixated on having them, and by extension, Papa, buy her and her mother a beach house. And you, what do you think about my news today? Please let me know in the comment section and we'll discuss it. Remember to like and share my video if you see it's useful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family. Now, have a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye.